Hi everyone, Brett McRae here with your Farm and Ranch news from the Northern Ag Network. Recently released data from a 10-year study by the University of Idaho offers the first scientific evidence that cattle grazing and sage grouse populations can successfully coexist on rangeland. This is a huge win for agriculture. In the past, sage grouse conservation groups have opposed grazing, claiming it is detrimental to the threatened species habitat. Now we have substantial scientific proof of the contrary. Not only did the research in southern Idaho find that spring grazing from cattle does not damage sage grouse nesting sites, but cattle increase the abundance of insects on the landscape, which sage grouse chicks use for food. The results from the study, which began in 2012, were released this fall, just as Wyoming prepares to revise its sage grouse management plan, and 9 Western senators urge their leadership to continue a spending bill agreement that prohibits listing the bird on the endangered species list. And you might have heard our Wake Up Montana crew mention Governor Greg Gianforte's trade mission to Taiwan. The country is a top 10 trading partner for Montana and a prominent buyer of our agricultural products. Leadership from Montana grain growers, stock growers, and Farm Bureau have joined the governor on this trip, along with staff from the Montana Department of Agriculture, the Wheat and Barley Committee. Local producers and agribusiness owners have also traveled to Taiwan. Thanks for tuning in to your Farm and Ranch news. We'll be back in an hour with your markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Hi everyone, Brett McRae back with more ag news and your markets. Last week, USDA announced more than $3 billion worth of disaster aid funding to commodity and specialty crop producers for 2022. The American Farm Bureau Federation reported last March that 2022 total crop losses added up to $21.5 billion, with the majority due to drought and wildfires. Last December, Congress provided $3.7 billion in aid for producers, and eligible impacted farmers and ranchers can apply for the financial assistance through the Emergency Relief Program of 2022. Farm Service Agency Administrator Zach Ducheneau says that the government has streamlined the program for efficiency after listening to producer feedback. Cash cattle trade a little weaker last week, $2 to $3 less, averaging $184 on the hoof and $291 in the beef. More than 3,200 feeder cattle and calves through the auction ring in St. Onge Friday. Mixed trade in that market, but most of the light and middleweight steers lower. 5.5 to 6 weight steers from $278 to $286. Last week in Newell, most feeder lambs steady to $5 better. 60 to 69 pound feeder lambs from $223 to $239. Moderate losses for wheat markets once again on to Monday. Kansas City winter wheat found its lowest closing price in 2 years. It has been mainly slower exports for wheat and especially hard red winter wheat that has driven the long decline. Recent reports, however, have indicated better demand in some global markets. Thanks. That's all for your Ag Report. Have a great day.